Looks like you're live. Sorry, guys, for getting a late start here. I should have Calvin in here by any moment. I got off late from work tonight, and so I'm just getting into the house.
My nizzle, what's the dizzle?
Shizzle, my nizzle, what's the dizzle? By the way, we're live.
Oh shit! Let me just drink this tall Arizona on live stream and totally get not. I'm just kidding. I see you have the giant Carl's Jr. Diet Coke right there.
It's iced tea this time. Oh,
what universe
God,
are you
that day from hell? Ugh. I won't go into all the details here while we're live, but my God, man, what have I done?
Maybe that's why they brought you in to, like, you know, just go in there and like clean house or something.
Honestly, I'm to that point. Still getting the chat and everything set up here. I honestly just walked in the door, and luckily I forgot to turn the computer off the other day, and so it was still on. So I just got right onto it. Oh, goodness. We got Nathan Allen in the house. Thank you for joining.
It makes you feel any better. Guess who's the genius who accidentally built his whole camera monitor setup mirrored the wrong way?
Oh, God. Really?
So for the stream, I was running through Fusion, reorienting everything. But here, because everybody just loves my camera rig and cannot get enough of it. Here's the new setup. I have got the monitor as before.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is we have a light up switch on the side.
Oh, nice.
So I did that because it was a lot simpler, so we can keep the batteries plugged in. And then I've got the monitor with the nice little sun shield, and then I've got a custom cable. And then on the Moai, I printed up a prototype of my strain relief right there, which I need to redesign it, but I'm liking this setup a lot, minus the fact that I screwed up and put the monitor on backwards. I cannot physically spin it the other way and have it fit. So I will see, though, if I can add a second slave USB port, but we'll see. But this big old camera rig setup, in one way or another, will be going to Maker Faire some way, somehow, because I still got time, thank God.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got Ken in the house. We got Rick.
What's up, guys?
Thank you for joining. Yeah, in fact, I forgot to tweet it out. You want to tweet it?
Yeah, I'll tweet it as well.
While I do an unboxing here real quick. Somebody's package showed up today.
Oh, is it from San Francisco?
Yeah, it is. Oh, goodness, there's 2 rolls in here?
Yeah.
Sweet.
One of them's the copper, and then one of them's the HTPLA.
I print with pasta. That's cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, so which one? Let's see. What's this one? Proto pasta. It doesn't say the color or anything. It looks like clear. Is that clear?
Let me see. Hold it up again.
Right there.
No, that's the copper.
That's copper?
That's copper. That one's the black.
That one.
That one's the black HTPLA, so you can anneal that to make ridiculously heat-proof parts. Might not be a bad idea, just in case we film in the like roastingly hot sun again, so we don't cook our equipment.
You mean you don't want to trust the PLA on that?
What, you mean you aren't using the wonderful nylon prints that did on the Thingomatic for you? You jerk!
Still in the back seat of the car. I need to bring him in and get it set up.
Wow, that is a real low blow right there, Jimmy. That
Sorry.
is
Feel a little bit busy.
I'm teasing. You got time before me. I really don't care if you use them or not. I said, I just made them up for the purposes of showing it on camera. So,
hey, Paul, how you doing? Mr. Carol Science, what's up? Let's see. Jimmy posting videos like Madman lately. Don't worry, that's going to come to an end very quickly the way things are going. Nathan Allen, he trusts his ABS for high temps. Yeah.
Yeah, that is if you can get it to print without breaking into 100 pieces.
Oh my goodness. Somebody's jealous.
Who, what, me?
Yeah. You upset about the somebody printing with ABS and making it work?
Yeah, that totally hurt my feelings. I should just storm off the show right now.
I got an idea for my Meat Creator too. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
get some plexiglass and fix up magnets on it so I can have an enclosed chamber. I've been considering doing that for a while, and I think now that I got this other printer here to play with, I'm going to be doing that for that.
I think that's actually a good idea because the things like my Ultimaker or my Thingomatic, it's mostly enclosed, so just putting a couple of panels on there, really all it takes to really make the thing. You'd be surprised how much heat just having those panels there can trap. Plus, if you really needed to, you could easily make a lid.
Well, especially if you're printing at 90 to 100 degrees on your print bed, that's going to warm things up.
Yeah.
Let's see, Nathan. I thought that was PTG.
Nope. PETG was the crap that I was having issues with that I still need to ask about that. I've been so busy with school stuff coming up and whatnot and a potential event I'm still 50-50 if I'm going to an event tomorrow in Union City. And after figuring out that my camera monitor is on backwards, I really don't know if I'm going to go or not because I was going to try and film it, but if it's on backwards, I can't really film too well, so we'll see.
Oh, man.
It's not that big of a deal, though, so I'm still 50-50 on it.
Ken says you should see how badass my Ender 3 is becoming. Sweet.
Yeah, post the link and Jimmy will approve it.
Oh, yeah. Ken says he has a pick.
Post a link to it.
What kind of a pick?
Oh, jeez.
I had to say it.
Yes, Jerry.
Ladies.
Oh, gosh.
Paul says, got your 3D print run good now? It's running pretty good. I've got to, on this printer, I've got to change out the bottom wheel. It's got a flat spot on the side of it. So I got to kind of go through it and figure out why it's flattening it. I think it could be because the textured frame, and it's just kind of running. I don't know. It could even just be bearings. I'm wondering if they put, I know on the TiVo, you had to put a little washer between the bearings to keep them from seizing up. I'm wondering if maybe that's the issue with this.
I would go see your relative over at Lowe's and buy a washer and put it in there.
Oh, yeah.
Just for good measure. Because for all you know, somebody forgot to do that in assembly, and that's why.
Yeah, that could be. It could be just an easy fix like that. Either way, I got to replace the wheel. G-Tech is sending me out a new wheel, but I already ordered some off of Amazon. They were supposed to be here today, and then I get the notification, oh, we were unable to deliver your package today. Please set up for redelivery. It's like, no, I know what's happening. Post office just got lazy and didn't put it on the truck this morning.
So I got to extend a huge shout out to BuildTak. I don't know if they're doing this as a promotional thing or because they know it was me, or I really don't know what. What happened is I bought myself some more BuildTak for the Ultimaker, which is cranking out a print behind me, and I'll shut it off when we're done. But the cool thing is, unbeknownst to me, they threw in a sheet of their new PEI material they've been touting, which is the stuff like that Prusa and whatnot uses. And then to top it all off, they also sent one of their really nice application tools, which made applying the BuildTak to my spring steel plate an absolute dream because I was able to get in there, get all the air bubbles out, no problems. Seriously, if you guys need to put like stickers or any kind of adhesive bed material down, it's only a couple bucks at BuildTak. It's kind of like the spatula. It's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter what you have, it's really nice. So I'm going to be like giving lots of swag to my buddies at BuildTak at Maker Faire for that because that was really nice. I honestly had no clue they were throwing that in there. So I don't know if it was because I had mentioned that, oh, I'd love to try the PEI in the future, or they were just doing it as a promotional thing. So no promises that you guys will get that in your order or not. But regardless, that was really nice of them to do that.
BuildTak's an awesome company to deal with, I'll tell you. I mean, I still can't get over the fact they sent me that plate. All they said is, hey, what's your address? What size is your machine? I expect them to just send a sheet of BuildTak. I didn't expect to see a build tack and a flex system.
Well, I remember when I was talking to Kayla and she's all like, "Oh yeah, send me the specs of the build plate." I was like asking them like, well, what would it cost to get a custom flex plate for the Thingomatic? And they just send me one free out of the blue, and I'm like, and then they were nice enough to send me some extra like scrap spring steel plates that had been cut into tiny pieces so I could use those for prototyping with. I'm like, what? Thanks, guys. So yeah, I agree with Nathan. They might be a little bit expensive, but the quality of customer service that they give you well and truly pays for the product. And then some, especially considering what they do for the community with like asking them for, hey, do you guys want to be in a giveaway? And they're like, oh yeah, just tell us what size printer the person's machine is. We'll give them like a free 3-pack and some stickers and a spatula. And it's like, wow, you guys really,
awesome people there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that mentality of just being generous and trying to help out people, especially with giveaways and stuff. Is like, that's definitely a way to build and keep a big fan base.
Yeah, let's go back over here to the chat. Ken says I have a pick, and we saw that one already. 3D printer running good. Yes, it's running good. Mr. Carol Science, get some cheap neodymium magnets off of Amazon or Wish. I actually have some really small ones that came from Wish, but I think they might be a little bit too small for holding the sheets on. But I'm definitely looking at getting some, maybe a little bit larger ones, and that should work great. I was debating whether I want to try to just hot glue them, or if I want to somehow figure out a way of getting them kind of countersunk into the plastic. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out.
I have a thought, depending upon the size of your plates, I might be able to set up a quick jig on my mill where we can just set the plate in, hold it down, mill the pocket, spin the plate, repeat. Because cool. The locating doesn't need to be perfect. It's just, can you fit a magnet in there, stick the magnet in the hole, maybe put a drop of super glue and call it done.
Yeah, that would actually be really cool. That would be a little bit flusher against everything.
Yeah.
Ken said he posted the picture. Let's see. Oh, let me go back up here. Paul said the bed, so I'm guessing he's talking about the flex plate bed. Yeah, that works great.
I have to say the flex plate bed is like one of those things that it's like, I guess maybe I'm a little bit snooty, but now that Build Tax come out with it and other companies that come out with their own version of it, when I see a machine without one, I'm like, why don't you have some kind of flex plate bed on there? I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't have to run Build Tack. You can run, people will make their own PEI sheets and other things like that. But just having the ability to swap out trays is nice. And also just having the ability to put down different beds and different surfaces and being able to flex a print off, it's nice. It's well worth the money, in my opinion. High upfront cost, but well worth it in the long run. Plus, your print sheets tend to last a lot longer, I found.
Hey, Ken, I don't see the post where I can prove it. So here, let me give you a little gift. Let's see. Okay, try posting it now. It should come through. I gave him a gift.
Given and revoked.
Let's see. Can I post pic for my Ender mods? Yes, definitely.
So Mr. Carroll Science is asking, what do you do for fingerprints on Build Tack? Just take some high proof isopropyl alcohol on like a clean paper towel and just wipe the bed down when it's cold.
Yep.
The big thing is don't go licking the print surface. Don't go eating French fries on it or things like that. And you should be fine, honestly.
I get the 91% rubbing alcohol. I say it's the cheap stuff. Honestly, the 91% is not as cheap as you'd think. Costs a little bit more, but it dries really fast and it will take most of the residue off your build plate. What a lot of people don't realize, plastic is, no matter what, PLA, ABS, whatever, is going to have a certain amount of oils to it. And over time that gathers up on, especially like on glass beds and stuff. That's the reason why when you very first buy a 3D printer, it's got a glass bed, you'll print. They're like, why do I need to use glue? It's holding perfectly fine. And then about 2 or 3 prints in, suddenly your prints are falling off. And then you're having to use glue. Well, the whole reason why is because it gets that oily residue on there. if you clean it before every print, it'll stick almost every single time.
So this is why I love having a flex plate here. We'll do the old carry the laptop over. So it's kind of hot, so I'm gonna have to be careful, but I just do that. I'll have to let it sit for a minute because the bed's running at 80 because I'm running Protopasta HTPLA, so it kind of pre-anneals it. But yeah, having the ability to pull your bed out is super nice. This is the top piece for my Maker Faire GoPro rig with the built-in tripod mount.
Let me find my everything here. There we go.
He's having a zone out moment.
I am. I'm trying to figure out how I can share this picture. Screen share, application. It's not going to let me do it. Rats. Let's go share that picture that
Ken posted.
Did you see the picture yet?
Yeah, I did. It's a nice
That's
looking.
pretty cool setup right there. Ken's got one cool setup.
So Mr. Carroll Science says he uses soapy water on glass every print. Then he just wipes the water with paper towel. Then he coats it with glue stick and just wets it again in between prints.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good setup. Personally, at my old job, we would use double-sided industrial adhesive tape to hold down a lot of sheet metal parts for machining. We found Palmolive dishwashing soap the best stuff for degreasing things. So if you really need to like get your print surfaces clean, that might be a good idea. And if you're really careful, you might want to take maybe some like 1,000 or 2,000 grit sandpaper and just wet sand the surface to ever so slightly roughen it up. You're not going to have like that super pristine surface, but you're going to get a little bit probably more traction on there, or any crap that's on the surface might come off, because for all you know, there's a little bit of residual oil from the machinery that got kind of stuck in there. You never know.
So Chris is in the house. How you doing, Chris? Practical Printing. Jimmy is having a senior moment. Yes. That's called. I got up at 6:30 this morning, left the house at 7, got to work at a little before 7:30. I actually got there before they opened the doors, walked in at 7:30, and I got out of there at 6:30. 11-hour day, no lunch. So I'm a little bit punchy at the moment. On top of that, I'm jacked up on antibiotics and steroids.
Cute Danielle in the comments going, "Don't do drugs, okay? Drugs bad."
Drugs are bad and good.
Oh man.
I was asking, how's your new job going? First 2 weeks went really good. Then this week came. Just say that nobody wants to be on their best behavior this week.
Honeymoon period is worn off.
Yeah, pretty much the new wore off, and now it's like, okay, now I understand what's going to end up happening here. How easy is it to pop off prints off the flexible print surface? Rick is asking.
Lock me on the camera, and I'll show you guys how easy it is. Am I locked on?
Yeah, just keep talking.
Okay, so here goes. Mind you, this is a fresh sheet, so it's a little bit on the crazy sticky side. But
you know, you can flex it the other way too.
Yeah, but it's not going to do as much.
You know it's already loose. You can just pull it now. It'll come right off.
Yeah, I'll use the spatula. There we go. So it comes off pretty easy. It's still a very fresh sheet though, so it's a little bit on the crazy sticky side, but it comes off pretty easy.
Yeah.
All considered.
Show us the bottom of that. Let's see the bottom layer pouring. No, I mean on the part. Talk. Speak.
Can you see it? Look at that. Look at that right there. Oh yeah, look at that. I might have to up my first layer height a little bit higher. We'll see. But
so this is that tire I printed. Okay, you can see the split in it where I had to do some work on that bottom wheel on the extruder, and that is where that kind of offset happened, because whenever I fixed it, it was drooped a little bit, and I raised it up just a hair, and so it caused some problems there. But check out the bottom layer of that.
Oh man, that, considering how big that print is, if your bed was out by a reasonable amount, you would definitely see it on that big of a first layer.
Yeah, I mean, it just turned out. And what's funny is this is a glass plate. I don't know what they use, what G-Tech is using on that glass plate.
Magic.
It's kind of a rough surface. When it's hot, this thing is stuck down like crazy. Once it cools down, you walk in, you just pick it right off.
I almost wonder if it's PEI.
I'm not sure. It might be.
I got that sheet of PEI in from BuildTak. I need to see if I can borrow a second flex plate off of them so I can do a side-by-side comparison of the PEI to the BuildTak in terms of current movability, blah, 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 blah. So
yeah.
That's what they say at Maker Faire. But
Nathan Allen said, send to phone, hold up to camera, meh, technology.
oh, gosh.
We're
admitting to having technology problems here.
Yes. Major.
So you're going to do any paint, filling, anything like that on the big old tire? You're just going to leave it as is?
I'm just going to leave it as is. Eventually, I'll probably get another roll and actually do one continuous print and not have that layer shift to it. Although I am very tempted to pull it apart, sand it, and glue it back down straight. But that thing is stinking cool. It just seemed like it took a long time to print, though.
I mean, it's like this print, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get it done before the stream. And then I had an issue where I had the fans kick on too fast, so it overheated. It cooled down the heater block too much, and the machine shut down out of safety, blah, blah, blah. So I had to restart, and I'm like, oh, crap, it's going to be running during the stream. Well, I got it going, so whatever. At least I got a good demo on there.
Music by CKB Productions. Wow, it looks like he's trying to break it when you're taking your print off. Nathan Allen says, mine doesn't flex as much, but still works.
Yeah, my flex plate's mine's a 9x10, so it's got a fair bit of flex to it. The big ones, like what Spectre 3D Tech uses for his prints, he literally just takes the thing, goes whoop, 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 and his print goes doing and like flies halfway across the room. But the bigger sheets have a lot more flex in them, that's for sure. The little Thing-O-Matic one, I'm like trying really hard to get it to flex, but it works.
Zipcord, can Calvin print a print so tight that he himself cannot remove it?
Darn right I have, and I've killed many a sheet of BuildTak in my early days doing that, and boy, that was really fun. Initially, I was kind of put off by BuildTak because I didn't understand that you had to have the first layer like this high, exaggerating it, not like this, but like this, and I'm like, I can't get this off. And then when finally I figured it out, I'm like, oops, that was stupid.
Rick says, okay, guess I won't be getting on. I'd been the crap out of it.
Nathan Allen says the Athena plate barely flexes, but doesn't matter. It's stiff, so it comes right off most of the time. I think the Athena one's a perf board, like a fiberglass perf board, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not really sure.
I'll never forget one year at Maker Faire. I think it was Radio Shack or one of those companies had a booth, and they had an Athena there printing in ABS, and this print was just like cracked to death and everything. And I remember there's this like family there, and I'm like there with my ridiculously long 3D printed selfie stick thing, and the guy's like trying to explain it, and I come cruising by with this rig, and the guy goes, "Oh, is that what you can do with 3D printing? Like my ridiculous thing. And I'm like, yeah, the guy goes, okay, that's cool. I understand it now. And I'm like, great, my job is done here. So that was cool.
Nathan down, frack tire. TK, how you doing? You need to make a hubcap for it. Jimmy as a lid. Actually, that's a great idea.
And then put business cards in the top.
Hubcap and just cut it so if it right into it, that'd be sweet.
You know what would be really cool is if you got Protopasta to donate some stainless steel filament for you to do that. That would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Just saying.
Just saying, Protopasta. Just saying.
So
you're like, who are you?
Hey, just in case you're listening to this, my boy Jimmy right here, he could use a couple of short spools of stainless. You know, just saying, hook them up.
So let's talk about your maker coin that you're wanting.
Oh gosh, yes, this thing is going to be seriously epic.
You think this is enough filament?
I think so.
Okay.
Print it at a low infill though.
How much is in this roll?
Probably about 600 to 700 grams is my guess.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't think it was a kilo.
No, I think that one's probably about 600 to 700 grams. But if you're careful and you run it at about 10% infill and do about 5 top and bottom layers, it needs that thickness in there though, for the sake of
the C-dubness.
Yeah, for the sake of the C-dubness that I'm going to do on it with some sandpaper and a some Brasso and whatnot, and just make it like super tight stuff, you know? So I can just go walk around Maker Faire with my giant copper coin, just be like, yo, what's up, people?
Did you, on your model, did you put a hole in it for your chain or whatever you're going to put on it?
Yeah, I already designed in, so I don't have to go gluing really hack style the cord on anymore. I've got that. And when I was out earlier, I debated going to the hardware store and getting some chain or some rope or something, but I figured once I get it back, then I'll run to the hardware store and get that, so I don't buy something and go, oh, that's great, it doesn't fit. Totally wear that thing next time I go to Southern California and just like annoy the crap out of my sister wearing it.
I think the chat jumped a little bit, so forgive me if I'm missing some of it. Nathan Allen, straight to post-processing. CKB says, damn. Oh, this is where you said zip cord. Yep, killed a sheet or two in the process. Oh, that's right. Remember that was for the frac tire. Okay, there we go. And then TK is in the house. Yeah, that's right. Now I'm starting to find my spot. Fernando, hey Rover, can you resend me the link we spoke about earlier? Ooh, okay. Some behind the scenes going on.
Rick saying, what, only half a kilo? That's no fun. Hey,
I know. I was like,
I got both those spools for free. I'm not complaining. They were originally donated so I could run prints on the Trinus over here, but after it unceremoniously broke its hot end because the Hulk decided to tighten the absolute living daylights out of the nozzle into the heat block, when I went to go try and put it back in, the threads had become kind of stripped, and trying to put it in there and heat break broke off. So I'm like, that's it, we're done. It's becoming either a laser engraver or a 3D CNC mill, and that was it. So
Pregnant Pring says, just say it's a retread.
I don't think those are legal in California, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Only for the back tires, not for the front.
Okay. You know, I don't run a tire shop, so I don't know.
Ken says, big ass tire, candy dish Jimmy. Nathan Allen says, wow. Wow, I'm way behind on the chat here, aren't I?
Yeah, sorry, I had to go run and get my phone because it was flashing a green light and I thought I got an important message in. But no, nothing important.
Let's see here. I just lost my place.
You and losing your place. Gosh darn it, dude.
I know, man. I don't know why. I wasn't that far up, was I?
We'll drink a bottle of Tapatio and come on back.
I know.
Oh, when I was at the store the other day.
There we go. Rick says it needs to be bigger. I could probably go 20, probably about 10 millimeter larger without any problems. Any larger than that, I start having some problems, I think.
To see who can build the biggest tire competition or something.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Hey, don't insinuate Jimmy has bad vision, or he might get mad and block you.
No, I honestly, I do have bad vision. I just signed up for my benefits this weekend because of the new job, and one of the options they gave me was vision, and so I went ahead and I signed up for it because I know I gotta go get my eyes examined and get some glasses because something's not right.
Oh man.
The last 6 months, my reading vision has just went to the toilet. Up till 6 months ago, perfectly clear. I could read some of the smallest print, and then it just slowly kind of got a little bit worse, and then now it's to the point where it's like, are my arms long enough?
Like my dad.
I see perfectly fine, but up, like even right here, everything kind of starts to blur a little bit.
Ew, that's no fun.
And you know how big the chat is. It's not like it's tiny print either.
And it's not like you're on my laptop, which has a, not to complain, but it doesn't have the world's largest screen.
Yeah, what's the screen? That's a 24-inch screen. So it's not like it's a tiny screen.
No.
Let's see. What made your 3D printer print then stop printing? Oh, okay. Paul's asking what made my 3D printer print and then stop printing. What it was, I noticed when I came out here to check on the print, I could hear it making this kind of a squealing noise as it was going back and forth. So I reached over, grabbed hold, put my fingers on the each of the wheels and found the bottom wheel was not turning. So what had happened is that something had seized up and it just drug across to the point where it created a flat spot in the wheel. So there was no way it was going to turn. And the way it's designed, it's all the weight comes onto this one wheel and it's pushing against the one edge of the rail. So what I did is I took the wheel off, flipped it around, put it back on, and it was able to turn perfectly fine, because then it had the nice even edge because it was that weight was being transferred to that edge. By the time that print finished, it's flat again. It flattened the whole other side of it. I wish they had made where they had two wheels on the bottom, because I don't think they considered how much weight the hot end and everything that they've developed on this kind of pushes on that one wheel.
Yeah, so, weight distribution can be the life or death of something.
Right. I mean, probably a one wheel on top, they might have gotten by with it, but they really needed two wheels on the bottom. So I'm going to take and go ahead and continue printing the way it, change out the wheel and continue printing with it. But when I get done with the review on this thing, I'm going to end up switching all three of the wheels on the extruder. I'm going to switch all those over to that polyurethane.
What are they currently?
It's some kind of a plastic. I'm guessing like ABS or something. I mean, it's not a 3D printed part. I honestly thought the Tevo Tarantula had rubber wheels on it, but it's got the same stuff. It's the same plastic. It's a fairly hard plastic, but it's not polyurethane. Polyurethane would definitely hold up a lot better.
The only problem that you run into there is over time it potentially wearing a groove in itself, though, if it's a soft-ish material. So that's why it's like, if you're at Maker Faire, you should check out Bishop Wisecarver. They do a similar setup. They actually use a ground steel rail with custom V-ground bearings.
I know, I saw that last year. It was one slick setup. For the bed, that would work great, but for the extruder part of it, the way this is set up, I can't see how I could make it work.
No, I'm just saying that if somebody wanted to design something and without, forking over the ridiculously high cost of linear rails, it's a good in-between solution. I need to talk to them to see if, while I'm still up here, if I can potentially go to their factory and show how they do it, or if it's all proprietary and top secret. So we'll see.
So are you following in the chat?
Yeah, I'm following along in the chat. Everybody's kind of like doing tech support with each other. So
Cool.
yeah, you know, hey, networking
Thanks
in the
again.
chat. I'm not complaining.
Mr. Carol Science, glasses, Jimmy, glasses. Jimmy need more coffee, yes. Jimmy need other things too. 3D printed bicycle tire that doesn't need to be inflated. That's a good idea.
One thing that you can do, one thing I know that people have done is they've taken inner tubes and actually filled them with similar to, but not the same as like that Great Stuff expanding foam. And it's a nightmare to get the tube off. So pretty much when you're done, when your tire wears out, you just cut the tire off and then you just hack the tube off. But the idea is it's not as comfortable of a ride, but it means that you could literally roll over spike strips all day, pull the spikes out, and just keep on rolling, and your tires don't care. I mean, over time they degrade, but the point is, it's not like you get one little thorn in your tire and you're going, and then you have to be that poor guy on the side of the road trying to fix his tire before the bus comes, or roll on a flat and totally wreck your tube, or fun stuff like that.
Mr. Carol Science, my father-in-law is an eye doctor. Ask for blue tech glasses or blue tech lenses. They filter blue light from computer screens. That's a good idea.
So PVG is asking, are linear rails the gold standard if I was building a 3D printer from scratch? Speaking as a machinist here, being that almost all machines nowadays have linear rails, like high performance machines and stuff, yes. The only drawback is they can get extremely expensive, extremely fast for good quality ones. And quite honestly, for the stuff that 3D printers use, I really don't know though. For a smaller machine, I don't think linear rails are worth the cost and the effort to get them aligned properly and everything like that. I think you're better off going with like the Bishop Wisecarver setup where you have the extrusion, put it in there, that sort of thing. That's just my opinion though. But the main thing you got to keep in mind is with a linear rail, it has to be aligned to within a couple of thousandths of an inch over its whole travel, or it will start to kink and bend. It doesn't have the kind of flexibility and, oh, this is a little bit out of whack that a linear rails or even a bushing setup like the Thingomatic has. It doesn't have that kind of self-compensation. So it'll start to pretty much just destroy itself if it's not lined up properly.
Mr. Carol Science is asking, would a Bowden setup be better, Jimmy? Now, let me show you what this is. And I cord long enough here. Let's see. It actually is a Bowden setup. The extruder's over here, and then it has the hot end here. But see, they have all this metal on here, and so that increases the weight by a lot. Wish I could turn this around so I could show you that bottom wheel. Let's see. Come on. Can I get it there? Yeah, let's see. Let's see if I can roll it around so you can see the one edge of it. See, that's right there. That's what's happened to both sides of that.
Ouch.
Yeah. Fun.
No kidding. So Music by CKB was asking, what's your experience with Ninja Flex? Have you ever printed in it?
I never have, and the sad part is I have... I have a little spool here of it, and I've never tried it.
And I've got a little baggie of Ninja Flex that Keg was nice enough to send me before the Trinus died, before we both figured out that it just will not touch flexible. So if you want any 1.75 Flex, Jimmy, let me know, because Trinus, when it was sent to me, it was sent under the guise of I'd use it as a 3D printer for a while and then convert it to a CNC machine or something else, because that's what I've always wanted to do. But I've printed in Ninja Flex on the Ultimaker here, and a couple of things to note. Don't print it directly onto a PEI sheet or build tack. It will literally weld itself to it and probably destroy your sheet trying to remove it. You do want to dry the heck out of it like nylon, because if it gets wet, it will just bubble and pop and fizzle like nylon and print like crap. What else? It is very flexible, so tall prints like my Tascam holder or my USB holder, the video's coming out on that in a little bit, Those near the top, the quality will get pretty bad merely because the whole print will literally just start to flex under the motion of the nozzle. I have wondered if you could do like a PVA setup with a flexible filament. So you literally just have the PVA build like a little support wall, like maybe a couple perimeters, maybe with a little bit of infill thick around the part, but I don't have dual extrusion. It would add a ridiculous amount of time to the printing. Trying to print 1.75 flex though, personally, is kind of like a lesson in stinking futility. That's just me. So yeah, that's my experiences with it. Personally though, if I have to choose, I would either go with, much as I hate the warp and the lack of colors though, I do have to say, and the smell, Engine Flex is pretty good though, but it's a lot stiffer than Ninja Flex. So just keep that in mind.
He said stiffer. Oh goodness, this is gonna be one of those nights.
Yeah, Calvin night, and Calvin's just sitting here like, "Oh, this is great. This is not on my channel."
By the way, CKB, remember that helmet we were talking about? I got the printer that can do it now.
Oh yeah, remember that print 3D channel trophy we were going to do? Oh yeah, you got the printer for that now.
Yeah, now I can totally print that in one piece.
Yeah, that was a fun project.
Yeah, it was.
Trying to see if I have any Ninja Flex prints nearby that I can show you guys for how flexible it is, but no, I'm not seeing. Let me check in the other room really fast.
By the way, you're trying this. Is it a Bowden setup or is it a direct extruder?
Direct drive.
Why don't you put an MK8 on it?
I debated it.
Just pop a G-Tech MK8 on it. It'd be like $29.
Yeah, it's that, but the thing is, I've always wanted to make the Trinus into a CNC machine. Ever since I first saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'd love to CNC that thing. So we'll see. I'm going to try and keep the head swappable capability, so I'm not going to go boom and like totally hack the thing up and never make it do a 3D print again. I would love to make it into the ultimate multi-purpose machine. So I do eventually want to look into an MK8 setup or maybe a Titan Aero or something like that. So we'll see.
Rover is saying, Calvin Witt, slime the tube.
What the heck?
You're talking about the tube earlier about putting something in it that keeps it from popping or whatever. Slime is what they used to put in. Like you could take car tires and drive over a spike strip, and it would seal it up.
So if you guys are wondering, this is
tire first.
This is the Tascam holder, and I believe it's about 0.8 wall thickness, but it's pretty stiff. It takes a fair bit of force to flex this. So this is not Ninja Flex or something like that, but this personally, if you need to make a lot of prints, is nice, but the only problem is you have to print it on a PEI or build tack surface, and even then it likes to warp a fair bit. But it's good.
Are we off the magnetic sheets topic?
Yeah, we got off that like way long ago.
I think that's how far we are behind on the chat.
Nah, I think we're decent, but I could be wrong.
TK says use Ninja Flex to make cat of 9 tails for someone into bondage. What the?
And then the whole stream just went boom.
Was not printed, but woven. Interesting project. Yeah, it sounds like it would be. That definitely is a ladies' topic.
Oh gosh.
Oh goodness, TK, you're showing us a whole new side of yourself here. Who is the one on that used to be on Barnacules and all them on those live chats, the live deal on Tech Talk? And he sent them all shirts, Pup Shepherd or something like that. Remember that?
No,
they're like, oh my god, we didn't realize. Oh, that's funny.
Oh man.
Mr. Kara Science, I have TPEE that I printed a phone case out of. I used a direct drive. I had it to raise the throat to just below the stepper so it wouldn't crawl out of the side. Huh. CKB says thank you. Yeah, we'll be talking about that soon. Paul is looking into a 3D printer with 2 nozzles. That'd be cool. You gonna help out with the chat, man?
No, I'm just staring here looking at how dark things are going as you're reading like 10 miles back.
Okay, let's get up here closer to the front.
Let's go back to the current topics.
Okay, where's the current topic at?
Current topic is that CKB is going, this went dark fast. I'm like,
Mr. Caro Science, this only happens on Calvin's channel. Is bondage the topic? That's a good one.
Okay, I do actually have a question that I'm going to ask now, so we still have time for people to comment in the chat. I have a question, and there's no promises that I'll be able to do either with Maker Faire, but would you guys rather have me do like a quick stream after every day after like the Saturday and Sunday of Maker Faire, potentially drag my production host into the fray as well, be like, you know, our highlights of the day, and that was that? Or would you guys rather see me put together like a little 3 to 5 minutes, you know, music in the background highlights video from both days that goes out the following morning? So Saturday's event, the footage drops early Sunday morning, and then from Sunday's event, early Monday morning, it drops. What would you guys rather see? Personally, I don't know if I'm able to pull either of them off, but I figured I'd ask the question now to see what you guys wanted and then go from there. And I don't know if I'll even be able to pull it off, but it'd be cool if I could. I think it would be, but I really don't know.
I still think we should shave your head. Do it on a live stream.
Oh gosh, no, not yet. Not yet.
Mr. Nope. Science says do a live stream after the event, then post a video with some interviews the week you get back. Rover says both. Handy Outdoor Nerd says 3 to 5 minutes after. Paul says whichever is easiest.
Honestly, personally, I'm not saying that I wouldn't rule out doing a quick live stream when we get back, you know, at say like 6 o'clock or something, and be like, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah.
All I know is whenever, is Joel speaking on Saturday or is he speaking on Sunday?
Let me go look it up. I can't remember. I know Adam usually speaks on Sunday.
If Joel's speaking on Saturday, we need to go up there and just start harassing him from out in the crowd.
Well, he's also speaking with Clarissa from Making Fake, so we can just like totally like roast them both.
We'll be out there.
Don't
We're
worry.
not worthy. We're not worthy.
Don't worry, guys. We love both of them. We're just horrible people, and we like to pick on people that we know. That's all.
Joel is one of the coolest people to meet in person. He's like family. It's just really just a fun guy to be around.
Oh yeah, he's definitely definitely a cool guy. Now, where the heck is this? Oh, there's the schedule. Thank God. It was in my mind. I'm gonna wait for it to load because my internet is garbage. Thank you very much, AT&T. We'll have an AT&T roast one of these days.
Hey, I'm all for that. I'll tell you a little something about AT&T. That's the reason why I went to Comcast. Everybody says, "Oh, Comcast is a horrible company." They've never had AT&T DSL.
Yeah, and they've never had to deal with AT&T tech support, which is like you have to yell at them enough, and then they're like, "Oh, let's just send somebody out." It's like that's not. No, you don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, I went to cancel my DSL service with AT&T, and whenever I got the Comcast, I actually got Comcast first, and then called up AT&T and says, "By the way, I need to go ahead and cancel my DSL. I don't need it anymore." Well, why not? I said, because too slow. It's this and that. We'll send a technician out. I said, you don't understand. I've already got Comcast. I don't need your service. And Nathan Allen, AT&T is hell to talk with. You are absolutely right, because they will spend 30 minutes trying to explain to you why you still need DSL, even though you have sneaking high-speed internet through Comcast. They'll still pull that. What happened to you, Calvin?
I'm calling up the page. So here it is. You can see these three people talking. It's at 4:30 to 5:30. What day? Because I'm using screen share, which we all know works just wonderfully well on here. Gosh. Where is it? Okay. Saturday, 4:30 to 5:30 DIY content creator stage in the art and design area.
Nice.
So let's go find that on the map.
We're going to be out there. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
So here's the fun part, guys, to give you guys an idea. The shuttle van drops you off right here. Wonderful people like me and Jimmy and my production assistant, Danielle, we have to hike all the way to Timbuktu over here to pick up our media passes so then we can like go over to all the good stuff in there.
Okay, see the two stars to the left-hand side of the road there?
Right
above the Maker Faire logo?
Yeah.
You have to say something for it to get bigger.
Sorry.
Yeah, right where your mouse cursor is at.
Where I'm circling it like an annoying
on the screen, my goodness. There, you're locked on.
On there. Wow. Now can you see it?
Okay, see the little star that his cursor's on? That's $35 to park there, even if you have a handicap placard.
It's ridiculous. Why do you think that we're taking Muni and BART and Caltrain to get down there? It's easier. I told my mom, like, I am not driving down there. Even if they gave me a free parking spot, I'm not getting stuck in traffic.
Yeah, but you know what? It's worth parking that close because that way, you know, you don't have to, if you do need to go out to the car for some reason, it's not a mile walk to get to it. You alive?
Yeah, I'm still here. Here. One of these areas is the stock thing, I think. We'll figure it out. Oh, wait, no. DIY content creators. I think it's out there. Something like that. But yeah, it should be fun.
So what part of that map is that going to be at?
What? Sorry, you went like totally...
Yeah, you're going all robotic on me too. It's either me or it's you. I don't know which.
I'm going to blame AT&T just because I can.
Good idea, because I got Comcast.
I get Comcast. You're so great. Yeah, like I said, if I knew I was going to be living here another 2 years, I would have switched. But because I'm going to be out of here in a couple of months,
it's not worth trying because then they'll just cancel your deal and cost you a fortune.
Yeah, it's not worth it, and I couldn't afford it anyway. So I'll just continue to roast AT&T, and I would stream through my phone, but my phone's cell service out here has gotten so bad I can't even anymore. So I gave up.
So did you get your press pass set up?
Yeah, they approved both me for the press pass, of which I'm like, when they sent the email, you guys are both. Thank you. Took them forever though, but they got back.
We got ours finally approved, and then that way we can go on in there with the cameras and everything. And I'll take a tripod with me this time. I don't want to trust the DJI Osmo this year because that was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Joel walked up there. Joel honestly didn't know what had happened, but he walked up behind Beth when she was trying to do the video of me, and there's a lot of people don't realize. Excuse me. There were two videos that were actually done, two interviews with Chuck. We actually did an entire 10-minute interview and didn't realize that none of it got recorded. You weren't there. You didn't know about this.
I was hunting Angus at that point, I think. I was still hunting.
I was hoping you'd stick around. You could be my camera person, right? But as the day went on, you know, we didn't get to sit down and actually do any interviews until pretty close to 7 o'clock. And so I had my DJI Osmo, had the cell phone set up into it. Beth was holding the thing. It was nice and steady, but then it started moving. And so Joel was standing behind her, saw it moving, so he reached over. When he did whatever he did, it cut off the video. We went through the entire deal, and then Beth says, I don't think I got any of it. What? And I look at Chuck and I'm like, I am so sorry. He goes, no, we can do it again. He was very nice about it. Honestly, if I was him, I'd been like, nah, you know, it just wasn't meant to be. But no, he was a trooper, and he's like, yeah, let's do it again. And so Travis, Pyro Designs, got hold of the cell phone, took this awesome stance there, holding that thing just as rock solid as he could. He did it for both interviews. He did it for Chuck, and then he did it for Joel. I still owe him a steak dinner over that too.
I owe him like 4 steak dinners. And that's honestly, and this is no diss to your Osmo or anything like that. That's the reason why I like a really simple setup where the only thing that can go wrong is the battery dies in this or the battery dies in that. And sure, it's not perfect, but you can get some pretty good steady shots with just a basic setup like that. That's the only reason why I like using that, is just because it's so simple and there's so theoretically little to go wrong and fail.
Oh, it looks like we're losing Paul. Thank you for joining, Paul. Appreciate it.
TK is saying take a monopod.
That's
yeah,
actually
but
not a bad idea. The only thing was with if I do any interviews or anything, I just would rather just take a tripod. That way, set it all up, let it do the job.
Well, you can use a tripod as a monopod. You just don't lay the legs out, or you just do it a little bit so it's a really low profile and have somebody there to guard it.
I'm really looking forward to trying that out there, though.
That thing is
be able to do this and then turn around, put it right on the tripod. It's just going to be sweet.
That is seriously some tight stuff right there. C-Dub might have to do an interview with you on that.
That's right. I did take it so you can look at it, didn't I?
Yeah, when we last met up with Curtis at the mediocre food joint. Yeah, that's.
Oh, it wasn't that mediocre. That was really good, actually.
I know. I'm just messing around. I gotta have you guys all over to my place at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Eventually, it will happen. But yeah, no. Also, I don't know if I told you or not, but you have an interview request per me through Danielle at Maker Faire. I'm not going to say the topic, but she's going to be interviewing you.
Oh God. Do I need to bring a cup?
No, we are not going to be doing on-the-spot drug testing. Don't worry.
It's not going to be the on-the-spot Rochambeau.
Not even going to ask.
So you kick somebody in the nuts, and whoever's left standing, and that's the one that wins.
No. We're not doing that. No. That's not interview. That's called like assaulting my co-host.
Oh goodness.
Although
Norton, you're not starting now. Stop that. Norton keeps wanting to restart my computer.
That's no fun. No, what was I going to say now? It does sound like Matter Hackers is going to be there, though, at the Maker Faire this year.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Are they going to have a booth, or are they just going to be there in spirit?
No. Mara's all like, oh, we're going to have like a lounge area again. I'm thinking to myself,
oh, my God.
What lounge area? That's what you guys said last time. And there was like 2 stools and a table.
All I know is I want to put a request out to See Me CNC. If you guys are there, please bring me one of those stools. Printed up from from that Part Daddy. Those things were stinking comfortable to sit in.
Maybe if you talk to them, if they have one afterwards, maybe if you talk to them really, really nicely, they might let you run home with one. Kind of like when Dustin gave me the giant sword that I got to run home with on the train. It had like every single kid on Caltrain going, oh my gosh.
I have, whenever I first saw them print those stools, I thought, how comfortable could they be? Those were actually very comfortable the way they were set up. I would love to have a set of those.
Carol Science is asking, you guys have ideas on how I can use a 3D printer in a junior high classroom? Next year, I'm teaching computers and want to do a CAD unit.
Ooh, nice.
Well, honestly, considering that most kids are big into video games or computers, why not find out just like at the beginning of the semester, have them fill out a quick questionnaire about what they really enjoy doing, if they're into gaming or not, or something like that. Because that's something my welding instructor did, is he'd actually have us fill out a questionnaire every semester, so that way he could kind of judge how to kind of steer the class. Might not be a bad idea. So that way you can kind of figure out, okay, this group of kids is totally into, say, like board games and they want to design board game stuff, and this group is totally into gaming, like computer gaming stuff, and want to make some accessories, and this group's kind of like, we'll just do whatever. Kind of makes it tailored more to what they want while keeping it pretty darn specific, if you know what I mean.
I really like the way that 3D printing is being brought more into the general public now. And I don't know if you've seen that commercial. I forget what bank it's for, where they have the gal's a veterinary or whatever, and she started doing work with animals that were crippled. And there's this one little horse that she 3D prints the little foot to put onto the leg of the horse. Have you seen that commercial?
No, but I've seen similar being done for crippled animals and stuff.
Yeah, I wish I could find that really quick and play it on here. This is a pretty sweet deal. I really like that commercial. Every time I see it, this is just really cool.
No, I
go ahead.
Like the fact that
I'm opening up too many windows, I think.
You froze up on me. No.
Yeah, let me close some windows. I think that's what's happening here.
Says better? Area 3D print. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot I had Twitter open.
That'll suck some bandwidth.
Yeah, that and Facebook. Facebook's the worst.
And his area 3D printing is like witchcraft. Honestly, for some people, they're still blown away at the fact that, you know, like the rig I designed and printed it all by myself at home is like, that's for 3D printing, to be perfectly honest. Not to downplay it or sound insulting or speaking down to people, but I'm like, honestly, that's kind of like printing Legos on, it's like kind of like printing out paper dresses here at home. It's really basic, if you know what I mean. It's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just, you know, it's very low level in terms of the complexity of what you can do. But if it's something that's a really good thing.
Yeah. Just pausing a couple things on here, see if that opens up some more bandwidth.
So a ways back, Ken was asking something about a magnet sheet. I think he means building your own flex plate setup or holding things down. Your biggest concern would honestly be making sure that you have enough magnetic force from the plate and the steel on top. Because I will say, having done prints in nylon using a custom flex plate that was kind of a disaster, literally, despite how tightly everything was held down, it was still trying to pull the edges of the plate up. Now, mind you, it wasn't a spring steel plate, but it was still, I could see it was the edges up. So you can do it, but honestly, considering there's a lot of options out there, I would just save your money and just buy one. It's not, at this point, it's not trying to mess around and build your own to then figure out that, oops, I spent half as much. And da, da, da. Just my opinion, though.
Mr. Carol Science, Jimmy, you downloading some inappropriate content again? Twitter, right?
Jeez, here we go down the toilet again.
Yep, that's a very good point. Beth probably is watching Netflix. She loves Criminal Minds, and she watches that like 24/7. Camera mount, phone holders, bike flashlight holders. I do was that Edo or Nerf accessory mount? That'd be cool.
That's cool. Nerf mods are pretty popular. The only concern would be getting approval from the school to bring in a Nerf item might be a little bit of a on where you live and what your school's
Yeah.
rule on prop weaponry are. Because some schools and some states are just totally freak out. And other schools are like, hi, we have a gun class. And everybody's like, cool. All depends upon your school and your school district. Anything double check with them, make sure it's not something that's going to like get you on the nightly news is like the teacher that defended a whole neighborhood. But I do think it's, just me though. And you froze up.
One of us is really dropping in quality. I don't know if it's you or me, but you're really sounding drug out.
You were like out for like 10 seconds and I saw your mouth move and then the audio cut in. So there's an event going on that stuff. I know when there is down toilet.
Guys, which one is it? Is it me or is it him? One of us is messing up.
On my end, it looks like you, but that's the signal that I'm getting in. So it could be on my end. I really have no clue.
It's the same way on my end too, because what happens with Hangouts, you broadcast up to YouTube and then YouTube combines the two together. So it's hard to know which one it is. Paul says both. Mr. Carol Science says Calvin keeps dropping out for me.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you're doing better now, though. It's picking back up again.
Temporarily, I'm going to turn my camera off, see if it gets any better, or if it's still really bad.
Sound quality.
Just so really What was that?
Your sound quality is really good right now.
Okay, I'm going to let it run like that for a minute or two and then flip it back on to see what happens. Because it could just be that it's trying to do way too much at once.
Could be. But we're coming toward the end of it here. It's 9:06, so go ahead and come back on camera.
My dad says it's the HARP system. I think that's up in Alaska or something.
Yeah, I think it is. The Death Ray or whatever.
Where's my tinfoil hat? Gosh darn it. Wait. I'll pop these. These will totally protect me. You need to buy yourself some C-Dub branded sunglasses because they will protect you from the radio waves of HARP that are trying to broadcast the truth here. You totally need to have these though, because if you don't, you're just going to get your brain cells
They keep putting all these drugs in our water, and it keeps on turning all the frogs gay and all this other stuff. It just keeps on. All this stuff is all bad. It's all the government is a conspiracy. Oh yeah. I got to use the voice while I can because I want to have Box and get over it.
Maker Fair. Jimmy's all like, "Hi everybody, I lost my."
What?
I'm doing this. You and me. I'm cutting my cord again. It is like crazy on. Yeah, it's literally crawling right now.
Wow. So it is on your end then.
It's AT&T screwing with my crappy internet. Did you hear that?
Now your voice isn't even coming through.
Oh jeez.
Subcord Alex, Jones, and Calvin.
Well, Jimmy's at it. He'll tell you why, Tapatio and Cholula are like way better than Tabasco.
Do you really want me to do that?
No, you don't have to. It's just really funny.
That would be the end of my YouTube career.
I know.
But you know what? Maybe it'd be worth it.
Watch. Maybe you would get picked up by Cholula and Tapatio. You never know.
No, it's not Cholula and Tapatio, man. I'm talking about the difference between Tapatio and that peachy. What is that called again? That really harsh stuff, man. That starts with a. What is that stuff, man? Help me out here, man. Toss me a bone.
You mean Tabasco or paste?
Yes, Tabasco, man. That stuff tastes so nasty, man. It tastes like vinegar. I can't do it.
It was great when you did when he did it off stream. Oh my gosh. Let's just put it this way. If nobody knew the context behind it, they would take it the wrong way, but it was darn funny knowing the context behind it. And it was true. Totally true. I did an awful recreation of it for Danielle when I was down there visiting, and she was just like almost doubled over laughing, like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, yeah. So when I recorded the one of you doing it and sent it to her, she's like, that is gold. That is gold.
It's called what's that called whenever you got something over somebody? What's that called?
Clout?
No.
YouTube clout, like what I have?
No, like whenever you threaten somebody's livelihood with it.
Blackmail?
Yes, blackmail material. Hey, did you see that over at Burger King they got Cholula flavored hamburgers and stuff now?
What?
Yes, they got Cholula on the hamburgers and on some of the fries.
I know for a while there, McDonald's had their Gilroy garlic fries.
Those were stinking awesome, man. I love those.
I got some garlic fries from down the street. And the last 2 times that I've gotten them, they haven't been that great, which is kind of sad.
Man.
Especially when they're like $5 and it's like, oh, really? No.
Yes, Matt's got it right. Extortion. Extortion.
Let's just put it this way. We have so much dirt on each other.
White guy over here talking like he's Mexican, man. We gotta be having this, man. This messed up stuff right here. I don't want to say stuff, but I have to.
This is what happens when Jimmy spends a little too much time sandblasting over at the new Salinas Valley State Prison. He learned all kinds of great stuff.
No, it's called I have a lot of coworkers.
We're pretty awesome.
What's funny is I got this one coworker. Yeah, his name's Leroy, and he's awesome, man. We walk up to each other. He's like Cholo type Mexican, man. But we'll actually start just going off on this little thing of like, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. He can do it perfect.
Oh,
CKB, easy Jimmy immigration might knock on your door. No, we live in California, man. We're protected.
I almost fell off my stool.
Oh God.
My coworkers are probably watching this right now going, oh my gosh, Jimmy. No, really, just stop there, Jimmy. Just stop there.
Stop. California, man. Here in Salinas. You have to say Saline, and then you have to say ass, Salinas.
Oh, okay, guys, this is Jimmy on drugs, okay?
That was the end of the Calvin and Jimmy show.
Next week, Danielle takes over.
Daniel's like, I'm not touching that show with a 10-foot pole.
Well, she's probably like lurking in the lurking right now, watching it. Just like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Mr. Carol Science. He talks like a Mexican, but he kind of looks like Trump.
Oh gosh.
No, I can't comb my hair forward. I have a hard time doing that. Boop goes monetization for this stream. That's the truth.
Everybody throw like $1 million super chat. Everybody throw like 10 cents in super chat, so that'll make up for all the lost monetization on this.
10 cents is the truth. That'd make up for a whole month's worth of monetization at this point. My goodness. I have never seen monetization drop off so bad as it has in like the last 3-4 months. Ever since the first of the year, it just went into the toilet.
Honestly, considering I don't have monetization right now. Quite honestly, I don't even know if it's worth trying to go for. I mean, I'm not saying that like in the future it might not be worth it, but right now it's just like not worth it.
Honestly, right now I just do it for giggles. It's not
now
it's not even for the money. It's right now it's just mainly for the fun because there's no money in it.
it's it's like when I was in SoCal, a friend's like, well, can't people make money off YouTube? I'm like, yeah, but they're not making their money off ads. They're making it off direct sponsorships, their merch, their fans' donations, and licensing, probably if they're big enough. Other than that, YouTube, in the grand scheme of things, yes, they pay, but it's so little. Yeah, it adds up over time, but you got to be really, really, really big to make it worth it.
Yeah.
You got to be like Jay's 2 cents or Barnacle size to really start to notice it, in my opinion. Because I mean, like I said, it took me like almost 4 years to earn enough to get paid out. And if it wasn't for everybody donating money when I had monetization eons ago, I probably would have never hit the mark, to be perfectly honest, before they axed monetization again.
Nathan Allen says, frack YouTube money, sell t-shirts. I tried that. I have never sold a t-shirt yet.
I think I only sold like 1 t-shirt through Merch Minion, and that's it for all I know. I make more money selling models on Shapeways.
Really?
I just upload models for sale, and then people buy them, like some of the train stuff that I've done. Yeah, I've actually made not huge amounts of money, but I've made some money on the side doing that. Sadly, though, nobody buys my models on Pinshape, which really sucks. And I'm not trying to guilt trip you guys into doing it or anything like that. But it's kind of a bummer when you put a model up there for like $1 and like 30 cents or something to download, and like nobody downloads it, and you're like, y'all that cheap? I even say it supports the channel.
Ken says Cheech and Chong, man. Like, which one do you want, man? Do you want Cheech or do you want Chong? Hey, man, like I got the really good stuff over here. My voice is so messed up, I can't do it. But I could do the other, man. It's like the shrimp on the Barbie, man. That was like one of my best movies I ever made.
Oh my gosh, this is gone.
Man, we need like a horse, man. It was fun. Hey, Jimmy, get an interview with Tommy Chong on your channel. Get more subs. Yeah, probably would.
Yeah, all he'll get is a bunch of stoners in the comment section.
I have the Harry Lion printing in the side. Hey, suggesting Jimmy sells stuff on the side. We're the makers. We don't get guilt trip here, Calvin. Yeah, Calvin.
Sorry, I'm not guilt tripping. I'm just being honest. And believe me, don't get me wrong. I'm like everybody else. I like free stuff, but at the same time, it's something I've covered in previous topics and stuff. But it's a little bit sad. But then again, everybody's free to do what they want. So I'm not gonna tell them either way. But you know what I mean.
Well, my friend, it is 9:18. Why don't you go ahead and come on camera? Let's go ahead and call it a night.
Okay, so with me probably now sounding like an absolute robot.
Oh, you sound normal.
For now. Let's give it a minute.
Are you trying to say you want to be another way?
No.
The stream just went to the toilet.
I thought it was on your channel and not mine.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, want to say thank you very much for joining me and Calvin. And want to go ahead and actually we'll have to play next week by ear. Actually, I should be able to next week because I'm supposed to be taking a business trip, but it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I may not be able to make it next week.
Okay.
At least if I do, it'll probably be from a hotel room.
Well, I'll put it this way. If you can't make it next week, I can probably wrangle up somebody to be co-host. So just let me know, but I'll probably keep like 1 or 2 people on standby for that, or I'll just do a solo stream. But
do me a favor, talk to Jerry and see if he'll do it with you. It'll be hilarious.
Nope.
Honestly, I asked him a week or so back. I'd sent him a message and asked him. He was just done that big workout, so he was not feeling it. But I would have loved to have him on a stream.
You can host them on your channel.
My whole channel would be demonetized after that.
Nothing against Jerry. It's just I don't know if I can trust him to keep it family friendly enough to stay on my channel.
Oh, it wouldn't be family friendly. I guarantee you I have to go 18 and older.
Yeah, I'd try and keep mine relatively family friendly. So yeah.
CKB. Hey Calvin, would you like to talk to you off stream, or are you going to stay on your channel?
I'm going to be streaming on my channel. Like I said in the comments, shoot me a message and we'll talk it out.
Cool.
I'm
Go for it.
At this point, I'm not sure. I'll have to play it by schedule because the thing is, next week I'm going to be starting to enter the beginning before finals, like the week before, but I'll probably have time to jump on and stream. So we'll put it this way. The whole stream next week is definitely up in the air, but if you guys have a topic or you want to just do like your general hangout or me talking about Maker Faire stuff, who's going to be there, whatever, let me know. And if I'm up for it, we'll do a stream. If not, we'll just wait till Jimmy gets back, maybe delay it a day or two. We'll see about that.
Who knows? I'll take a laptop with me and maybe do it from a hotel room or something.
On your wonderfully crappy internet.
Yeah. I have to pay for it. Well, got my ink pen back in my shirt. Time to go and get cleaned up and get ready for tomorrow. Get ready for Hell Day number 2. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Take care. We'll catch you next week, hopefully. If not, we'll get something figured out. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, and we'll keep you in the loop on what's going on.
See you guys hopefully next week on my channel with less of a disaster of a stream. That was a hot mess.
Guys, take care. Bye.
Bye.